The last win by a home team, the Giants, back in 1979. Giants have won the toss. Dominic Hickson and Danny Ware back deep. Michael Kanan gets things started. We are underway from the Meadowlands. Dominic Hickson. Hickson across the 20. Tackled at the 22-yard line by Croy Bierman. So Eli Manning leads the Giants offense out, making his 81st consecutive start.
And the one thing the Giants can take from that San Diego defeat the last time they were on the field is that they got back to playing their style of football. And one of the things that was disappointing to Eli Manning, and you can kind of throw that Arizona game in there during this 4-game losing streak as well, is they really take a lot of pride in battling and getting into the fourth quarter and winning those types of games. And they let 2 slip through their fingers against the Cardinals and the Chargers.
Giants have not won a game since October 11th against Oakland. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Manning to the NFL's 5th leading receiver, Steve Smith. His 62nd catch. Brent Grimes makes the tackle, gain of 10. Giants first down as we check out the 25th ranked Falcons defensive unit.
And they may be 25th ranked in the NFL defensively, but they are last in the league giving up big plays in the passing game. And that is going to be the challenge today. How do Brent Grimes and Chris Houston stand up against this group of giant wide receivers?
First and 10 from the 33-yard line. The toss to Brandon Jacobs with the fullback Hedgecock leading the way. And a terrific second effort by Jacobs, staying in bounds. And he's finally forced out after picking up another Giants first down, a gain of 12.
Everybody relax there, Goose. You got Brandon Jacobs pinned to the sideline, and it looked like everybody kind of stopped for a second, and he just turned the corner and went down the field.
Well, the running game, you talked about it, Moose. The cornerbacks are the weak link in this Falcons defense with Chris Houston and Brent Grimes. And they're going to run at those 2 guys also. Not only in the pass defense do these guys, lack a little bit of skill, but that's where the Giants want to go and attack, the outside, the perimeter of this Falcons defense.
And this time, Jacobs wrapped up by Mike Peterson after a gain of just 1.
You can see Brandon Jacobs, even though they've lost their last 4 games, he has picked up his pace when you look at yards per carry. And I think that maybe during the course of the season, as we wind this down, that maybe you see that number continue to stay there or increase because of Danny Ware. I think he adds an element to that running back position. We see right now Brandon Jacobs in there on 3rd down. I think this is where they missed Derek Ward from last season.
False start. Offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Rich Seibert. So the Giants now facing 2nd and 14. Giants won their first 5. They've lost their last 4. No team in NFL history has started 5-0 and then lost their next 5 games. Giants looking to avoid that fate. Eli dumps it off to Jacobs on 2nd and 14, and Brandon Jacobs has a Giants first down. Brings it all the way to the Falcons 43, a 16-yard pass play.
I expected this game to come out with the Falcons trying to stop this Giant running game, but the Giants have come out. They're going to attack the weakness of this Falcons defense right from the start. If you're having trouble with the pass and you're not sure about your situation on the outside, we're going to come after you in our passing game.
Giants have run 4 plays. They've picked up 3 first downs. From the Falcons 43, off the play fake, Manning loses the football. The pressure from Stephen Nicholas and Jacobs. The initial Giant who looked to fall on it, and it's finally recovered by Sean O'Hara.
Well, that's one thing the New York Giants have to go and identify is when they're going to bring that pressure. Stephen Nicholas right there comes in. That's the 5th man. That's going to be the difference in today's game. When they bring that pressure, Eli's got to go and dump that ball off like we saw earlier to Brandon Jacobs and get the ball out of there.
Three wide receivers, second down and 26. The screen to Jacobs. Troy Bierman is right there to wrap up Brandon Jacobs and make the tackle, a loss of 3 yards on the play.
They read that one pretty fast, huh, Moose?
Yeah, I really like Troy Bierman. I just think he does such a good job. We've had Atlanta quite a bit this year, and he always seems to be one of the guys who's making plays. He comes back inside on the stunt, recognizes the screen, and then out in the open field against Brandon Jacobs, a big physical running back, gets him down to the ground. He's not your starter, but he comes in and does a great job when he's playing on defense. He's a really, really good special teams player as well.
Now third down and 29. Giants must get to the Falcons 33 for a first down. Manning fires high, and it's intercepted by Brent Grimes.
That's pressure with 4 guys up front now. That's something the Giants can't do today.
Back at the Meadowlands, Falcons start their first offensive possession at the Giants 45 following the New York turnover. And Matt Ryan's pass a bit behind the tight end, Tony Gonzalez.
Let's go back to that interception on Eli. You got 4 defensive linemen right here. Troy Bierman at the top of your screen just does a little spin move, but he gets right in Eli's face. It looks like to me that Eli's really not comfortable in that pocket right now. The throw right here, you see it a little bit elevated. The secondary does a good job. But Brent Grimes, who has a start today of going and getting that ball, he'll turnover.
Second and 10, Aaron Ross on the field for the Giants for the first time this season. From the 45, the handoff to Jason Snelling. And Snelling starting for the injured Michael Turner is brought down by the former Falcon, Michael Boley.
The way this Atlanta Falcons offense functions is really kind of establishing that running game and then taking advantage of play action in the throws down the field. Michael Jenkins, Roddy White, big receivers on the outside, but it's really that group of guys right there that drive this offense, those offensive linemen up front.
Third down and 10 from the Giants 45. Ryan can't find anyone. He takes off. He slides. He was ruled down at the 39-yard line, a gain of 6.
I tell you, a great awareness by Justin Blaylock, the left guard. As that protection broke down, he's going to peel back. Watch number 63 peel back around. There he is looking for somebody. There's my quarterback in trouble. If he doesn't do that, then Justin Tuck has got that sack fumble potential because he's coming from behind Matt Ryan, and he's never going to see him.
We saw him work that hatchet, Gerald. That's a perfect opportunity when you're chasing down the quarterback. Come back with that hatchet and get that ball out.
So the Falcons go 3 and out. Michael Kanan punting from midfield. Fair catch called for at the 15-yard line. Giants and Falcons scoreless. Giants have not scored a first quarter touchdown in their last 4 games. Brandon Jacobs, not much, gain of 1, out to the 16.
Well, Kenny, as you pointed out, 3 of the 4 plays on that opening drive went for first downs. Look at that. They're averaging 10 yards per play their first 4 plays. And then look at those last 3, 19 yards lost. And then, of course, the interception. So the Giants come out, get off to a great start, but not able to sustain that momentum.
Offensive coordinator Kevin Gilbride, second down and 9. Two tight ends, Giants keeping on the ground with Jacobs. Curtis Lofton, the leading tackler in the NFL, first Falcon in on the stop.
It's kind of hard to run anywhere when your feet aren't on the ground. Yeah, Brandon Jacobs stopped and they get those feet up. Hey, Brandon, you got to keep moving your feet to push the pile. They got my feet off the turf.
He's trying.
They got to be on the ground.
Now third down and 7. Giants must get to the 25. Empty backfield. Manning moving to his right now, throws, and the catch is made for a first down by Dominic Hickson. Hicks it out to the 34-yard line, brought down by Mike Peterson. after gaining 16.
Here's one of the areas that Atlanta, in my opinion, kind of struggles. Watch Brent Grimes down here on the bottom against Dominic Hickson. It looks like he's playing a true zone, but everybody else is kind of man-to-man. I'm going to let him go. Oh, that's right, it was man-to-man. It wasn't man-to-man. And no, it's just that little separation. If you give Eli that separation, that ball is going to be completed every single time. So again, there's that just not on the same page, maybe a little bit of youth and experience there.
From the 34 on first down. Manning steps up. He was hit as he threw, and a diving attempt by Grimes, who had the interception earlier. Chauncey Davis with the pressure on Eli Manning.
I'm really surprised, Tony, how much pressure Atlanta is getting. They're bringing the blitz. They're getting it with 4. That's just a good job by Chauncey Davis right there, not giving up on the play. He's in a one-on-one situation, keeps working, and impacts that throw by Eli Manning.
They got to protect those edges a little more.
Inside, man.
Boss was out there on the end.
And Goose, the Giants send in William Beatty as an extra blocker. The handoff to Jacobs. And he's tackled back at the 32-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play.
Now, it seems like to me, up the middle, they're really not having any success. They need to go and attack the outside a little bit more. I'm looking for a boss play to the outside, a sweep, something to get on that edge. I think these offensive linemen are athletic enough to get on that corner, and that's where you want to attack. But they're not making any progress up the middle.
Explain a boss play.
Boss plays is you're going to pull a guard, you're going to pull your center, you get them on the edge, and then you're going to have your fullback. Boss is back on strong safety, so it's kind of a replay, but you kind of extend the running lanes on the perimeter, outside on that edge.
Third down at 12. Giants near the 44-yard line, and Manning's pass is caught for a first down by Mario Manningham. 16-yard pass play.
You can't get upset if you're an Atlanta Falcon defender right now. Chris Houston does everything right. This is just well executed by Eli Manning and Mario Manningham. It's a back shoulder throw. Great job with his feet on the sideline. Sometimes somebody just makes the play.
Great catch.
From the 48-yard line, Manning had trouble with the snap. Down he goes back at the 42. There's a penalty marker.
Yeah, we got 12 guys on the field. Stephen Nicholas trying to get off. You know, Tony, sometimes just try and sneak it by, right? If you start running to the sideline, you're just drawing attention to yourself. I think if you look around and all of a sudden you notice you got 12 guys out on the field, just everybody stay. You know, maybe we can sneak this one by. But once you run off the field, it's like, hey, look at us. We had 12. We're trying to get the other guy off.
Defense, 12 men. 12th man did not get off of the field prior to the snap. We have 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
You know, it looked like there was a miscommunication between Sean O'Hara and Eli Manning with a bad snap. Eli didn't look like he was, you know, ready for the ball, but that's a heads-up play by Sean O'Hara. He saw 12 guys on the field. He snapped the ball, knowing that he's going to get the penalty, even though, you know, you don't want to put the ball on the ground, but that's a heads-up play by a center, getting that penalty, getting the first down.
Good awareness by the 10-year veteran who went to the Pro Bowl last season, Sean O'Hara. On first down, Jacobs. Jacobs down to the Falcons' 40-yard line. Gain of 7. Another Giants first down.
Well, I've already seen a couple of really good examples from the Giants, you know, playing with some emotion today. We saw Michael Boley and Chase Blackburn in that first defensive series. And this is, you know, set the tone. You know, just come up and be physical when you run the ball. And that's when Brandon Jacobs really starts to get the attention of the defense. When he's running physical, nobody's going to want to come up and hit him.
Only 11 carries for Jacobs in the Giants' last game against San Diego. 6 already in the first quarter. From the 40 on first down, the slant is caught for another first down by Manningham. 9-0 this season, 18 consecutive regular season wins for Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. His brother Eli on first down, hands off to Jacobs, and Jacobs running hard down to the 23-yard line, a gain of 6.
Man, Brandon Jacobs really took this off week, rested himself up. He's running like he's never run before this year. He's lowering his shoulder, he's getting through the line of scrimmage, and when he gets on those small guys, whether they're linebackers or defensive backs, he's lowering his shoulder and he's running through players. That's what we need to see out of Brandon Jacobs. That's what he's capable of week in and week out.
Three wide receivers, Danny Ware in the backfield. Second down and 4. Terrific job by Ware to keep Thomas Deku away from Eli Manning.
A great call, Kenny, because they will bring blitz away from the back. They're going to try and force the back to cross the formation and pick that guy up. That is a very difficult thing to do without getting in the way of your quarterback. Danny Ware does a heck of a job right there. And again, I think when he's on the field in this third down area, you know, I think that your shotgun, you're doing different things. I think that Danny Ware's running style fits in much better to that than Brandon Jacobs.
Third down and 4. The toss to Ware, cuts to the inside, and is tackled by Vance Walker at the 21-yard line. So the Giants will send out the field goal unit.
When Kevin Gilbride goes into shotgun formation, there's only a few kind of runs that you can do. You can do that quick little toss sweep right there. You can give a little of a counter look, or you can run some inside draws. All those plays, I think, really favor the way that Danny Ware runs as opposed to how Brandon Jacob runs. Tony's been talking about it. He's been downhill today with his shoulder square taking on the tacklers.
39-yard attempt from the left hash. Lawrence Tynes. It's placed down by Fiegels. And the kick by Tynes is good. Lawrence Tynes, 39-yard field goal. Giants drive 12 plays, 64 yards. Lead the Falcons 3-0. Eric Weems back deep for Atlanta. Falcons started the season 4-1. Have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Just 1 road victory this season for Atlanta. That was back on October 11th in San Francisco. Whoops. Kickoff taken at the 17-yard line and brought out to the 35 by Aaron Stecker. Late first quarter from the Meadowlands. Kenny Albert, Darryl Johnston, Tony Siragusa. Giants lead the Falcons 3-0. Falcons from the 35-yard line on first down. The handoff to Jason Snelling. And Snelling picks up 9. Out to the 44, Aaron Rouse made the tackle.
We talked about it at the top, this Giant defense without Antonio Pierce, but they're getting some of their guys back. This was a group that was really hit hard by injuries. Not to all their starters, but Chris Canty's going to get some time today. Michael Boley back in the lineup. There you see Chase Blackburn starting for Antonio Pierce. Also wearing that green dot, he'll be calling the defense. That was one of the questions with Antonio out of the lineup. Who takes control of the signal?
On second down and 1, here's Snelling. And he's tackled from behind by Blackburn. Well, the Falcons now facing a third down and 2.
Still having good production on that first down play, though, Tony, and that's one of the things that Atlanta's going to have to do consistently this afternoon.
Yeah, I talked to the defensive lineman also about Chase Blackburn having the communication. They said Chase doesn't even need the communication. He knows our defenses. We're very confident with him being in there. So that was a positive for those guys.
Penalty marker. Ryan complete for a first down. Out to midfield. Tony Gonzalez.
Looks like Barry Cofield thought that he had the snap countdown.
Offside. Defense. Number 99. The penalty is declined. Result of the play. First down.
99 is Chris Canty. A free play for the Falcons. And they picked up the first.
Watch Chris Canty right here.
No, you were right. It was Cofield.
Yeah, it was Cofield. I thought it was. Let me go out there and correct that official right now. But Cofield thought he had a little bit of a jump, and he came with that quick swim over the top. A couple of times as an defensive lineman, you got to take those chances.
First and 10 from midfield. Snelling. Another penalty marker as Snelling is forced out of bounds at the 40, close to another Falcons first down. There's a flag back at midfield.
Offside. Defense, number 95. Penalty is declined. Result, first down.
Yeah, Matt Ryan got him again, and it's one of those things for a young quarterback. He understands all the weapons you have at your disposal playing quarterback, and one of the things he does a good job as a young quarterback is cadence. We've had him several times this year, and Matt gets that defensive line to jump at least once a game.
That cadence is something that can really drive you crazy as a defensive lineman.
Off the play fake, Ryan rolling right. It's the tight end, Justin Peel. He picks up a first down and more. Peel wrestled down by Kiwanuka. From the 22-yard line, Ryan in trouble, dumps it off to Snelling. And he's tackled at the 19-yard line by Danny Clark. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter here at Giants Stadium.
Talk about Antonio Pearson, what kind of a leader he is here on the Giants. You got Danny Clark, Michael Boley, Chase Blackburn. He was talking to them all during the break and giving them hints on what's going on out there. I mean, it's great when you have a coach and a player in the same package.
2nd and 7. Ryan's pass is caught by Roddy White. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line for a Falcons first down. Giants defense, Darryl, has really struggled in the red zone. They've allowed the most red zone touchdowns this season.
That is really, really surprising. You don't expect the New York Giants defense to be that type of defense down in this red zone. It's all about points. The NFL is about points, and that was surprising to me to see that graphic.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Here's Snelling. Breaks one tackle and then takes it down inside the 8-yard line. Blackburn made the tackle. Just underway, second quarter on a 54-degree afternoon in northern New Jersey. Falcons coming into this game. Most first quarter points in the league. 62 first quarter points. Held off the scoreboard, but now driving early in the second quarter. Ninth play of the drive, 2nd and goal. Snelling inside the 5, walks into the end zone, touchdown, Falcons.
Well, that's just too easy. This defense is too good to let a play like that. That was a 3 tight end set. You've got to be thinking run in that situation. Got to be a breakdown in assignment somewhere. Let's keep an eye on Michael Johnson here.
Yeah, the communication was a foul. Why? Look at that.
Man.
That's a hole Darryl, me and you could run through and score on, I think. At least I know you can.
You could have got there, Goose.
Jason Snelling with the Falcons touchdown. He's run very well today. 68 and 61 yards in his last 2 games. Gives the Falcons the lead.
You have to have people on your roster like Jason Snelling. I was impressed with the job he did last week in Carolina when Michael Turner went down. They had released Aaron Stecker. Jarius Norwood was hurt. So you know Michael Turner took all the snaps that week, and all of a sudden he's thrust into that lineup, does a really nice job for that Atlanta Falcon offense.
And Stecker re-signed this week. Here's Dominic Hickson on the return for the Giants. Corey Bierman makes the tackle out at the 33-yard line. Falcons lead the Giants 7-3. Eli Manning, 6 of 9 and a pick. Brandon Jacobs, 7 carries, 27 yards. Ahmad Bradshaw in the backfield now for the Giants. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line off the fake to Bradshaw. Manning fires, and the catch is made at the 48-yard line. First catch today for the first-round pick out of North Carolina, Hakeem Nicks, a gain of 14.
This is a standard route in everybody's offense. It's the bootleg out the backside. You're going to have somebody in the flat, somebody coming secondary, and then your wide guy on the outside. Hakeem Nicks does a good job keeping this alive because the other 2 guys are covered. He gets Brent Grimes to open up his stride and is in and out of his route very quickly to get that separation.
From the 47-yard line, Bradshaw met immediately by Stephen Nicholas, a loss of 3 on the carry.
You know, Goose, it was interesting talking to Chris Snee on Friday. You know, you asked him, hey, you know, how you guys doing up front? And he was very honest about his assessment of the group. You know, he said we're not playing as well as we did last year. I don't know why. I can't really put my finger on it, but we're not that dominant group that we were last season or 2 years ago.
For some reason they just don't have the confidence. They're not playing together as a unit, but they need to feed off each other. They got to have a good game here today.
Second down and 13. Manning with Smith. Chris Houston, the tackle at the Falcons' 46-yard line, gain of 11.
That's a good throw by Eli right there. That was about the only spot he could put that ball. He had inside-out coverage in that zone defense and put it on that back shoulder high. That was a well-placed ball on that throw.
That was the first time that Eli really stayed in the pocket, other than him scrambling to the outside and gaining some time with his feet. That's the first time I'm seeing him sitting in the pocket, getting enough time to find his receiver downfield.
4 wide receiver set. Third and a long 2. Manning going deep, and it's caught by Manningham at the Falcons' 12-yard line. 29 yards from Manning to Manningham for a Giants first down.
Nice little double move by Mario Manningham. Gets Shevis Jackson to stop his feet a little bit. And then again, Eli's on a little bit of a roll. He is definitely a rhythm passer. When he gets into that rhythm, throwing the football, he can throw it as well as anybody in the NFL. That's 2 really well thrown balls.
Those defensive backs for Atlanta need to get their heads turned around to see where the ball is.
From the Falcons 13, Bradshaw. Bradshaw gains a yard. Curtis Lofton made the tackle along with Mike Peterson.
It's not just being in position in coverage, Goose. I mean, you know it as well as I do. It's what you do as the ball's coming in. And if you're not in a position to pick up the flight of the ball coming in and be able to elevate and make plays on the ball, it doesn't matter how tight your coverage is. And we've seen a couple of occasions now with the Falcons in good position in coverage, but not making plays on the ball as it gets there.
Yeah, you got to go and know when that ball's coming and when to go and attack it. You can't do it if your head isn't back around and seeing the ball coming down at the receiver.
2nd and 9, 2 tight ends. Manning to the end zone for Kevin Boss. Incomplete.
That's a big man, Moose. He came running right by me. Yeah, that's a huge target right there. Kevin Boss does a nice job of going and selling the inside a little bit and just getting out to the corner. It's a little bit outside of his reach.
He'll go get it for you, though.
Yeah, he will, and he'll take a shot, too. We saw it over the last couple weeks. Seems like every time we have the Giants, he's getting, a big hit and gets right up. That's a tough man right there.
Boss with a touchdown each of the last 2 games. 3rd down and 9. Smith in the slot. Low snap. Manning looking. Now he throws to the end zone. Again targeting Boss.
Well, you heard Eli at the snap, declaring 28 white, 28 white. That's where he wants his coverage, his protection to go to. And then Thomas Deku pulls out right there. Now, Danny Ware's got to recognize that. He doesn't have anybody. He's got to get out in the route. He's assuring the protection, but I think Eli wanted him to get out as an outlet receiver.
Lawrence Tynes hit from 39 earlier. This a 31-yard attempt from the right hash. And the kick is no good, wide to the left. You mentioned the problems 2 weeks ago against San Diego on a snap. Tynes never got the kick away. Now the Falcons back to work with a 7-3 lead. Snelling out to the 24-yard line. Gain of 3. Danny Clark made the tackle. 2nd and 7 upcoming, and some extracurricular activity.
Well, that whistle wasn't real loud. I think the guys didn't hear it.
Well, Atlanta doesn't play to the whistle, Goose. They play just, those guys up front might play just a little past the whistle.
I think they said play to the whistle, and they said play through the whistle. So a little bit beyond. But the Giants aren't taking any of that right now.
Michael Boley, guys, the former Falcon, told us we need to be ready for a fight. He told his teammates that based on his experiences with the Falcons offensive line. 2nd down and 7. Ryan, after a pump fake, slides out to the 30. There's Boley. So it will be 3rd down and 2 for Matt Ryan and the Falcons.
but they're doing what they have to do. They're getting into these nice, manageable third down situations. You get into third and long against this giant defense, you're going to have your hands full. And I think Matt Ryan at this point in the game is making some good decisions. When it's not there, he's pulling it down and scrambling a little bit instead of trying to force his throws.
Ryan out of the shotgun on 3rd and 2. Here comes Boley. Down goes Ryan.
Nice disguise by Boley on the outside. Line up right on the tight end, looking like he's going to cover him and just decides to come. The Falcons don't even see it coming. There he is on the outside. He just comes. They just don't pick him up.
That's got to be a breakdown in protection. You can't turn the linebacker free. I don't know if it's Tyson Clayville going down inside when he should have come out.
Brandon punting from his own 13. Takes a Giants roll. When we spoke with Michael Boley on Friday, how excited was he to play against his former club? Very frustrated last year in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was a tough year for Michael Boley last year, and he lost his starting job, and they had to part ways. I think it works out well for both clubs. You know, the Giants get a good player in Michael Boley, and the Atlanta Falcons have a young guy there that they're happy with.
Brandon Jacobs on 1st down, gains 4 into Falcons territory.
There's that boss play again, Darryl, pulling the guard in the center. You watch, this is how you attack the edge. Watch the guard in the center. Go ahead, run that, guys. Come and pull around. You see him coming around this way? Attacking the edge. That gives Brandon Jacobs, a little bit of time to go and see where his blockers are going to come, and that's how he's getting some good, good yardage right up the middle.
2nd and 6. Here's Jacobs again. Tries to turn the corner. He does. Penalty flag as Jacobs was brought down at the 44-yard line.
Holding. Offense. Number 12. 10-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith, number 12, working on Brent Grimes. He saw Brent going inside, tried to cut him off, and then Brent gave him a little move to get back outside. And your reaction is to reach back. You get a handful of jersey.
That was a nice job by Brent Grimes, really selling it, though.
He did a nice job of influencing him to get down inside.
Grimes with the interception back in the 1st quarter. 2nd down and 16. Manning. Nix. Hakeem Nicks. 30-yard pass play to the Falcons 28.
I tell you, when he makes a play, it's a big play. And Hakeem Nicks is not about little chunks of yards. And
that was Chris Houston.
Yeah,
see that, Darryl? He just stops.
Yep. Well, I tell you, Goose, if you design the route the right way, you've got somebody coming in shallow to influence Chris Houston. And if your safety's late getting over the top to help you out, all of a sudden you've got that big void. You've got to know where you're vulnerable. He was going to jump the short route. They got the big one in behind him.
From the Falcons 28 on 1st down. Manning with time. He throws wide open. It's Kevin Boss. And Boss takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
The Falcons are really struggling right now. Those last 2 pass plays, they're just too open. I mean, in the NFL, you shouldn't be able to get somebody that wide open unless you're having breakdowns in your coverage.
Giants take advantage of a short field following the 28-yard punt by Kanan. A 3-play, 52-yard drive.
Boy, they have really found a vulnerable area in that Falcons defense. Both of those big pass plays during that drive, corner routes into that middle tier. of that Falcon defense. They're having some issues right now with their coverage. I don't think they're getting the call all the way across. It looks like some guys are playing man while some guys are playing zone.
Giants kickoff taken on the run by Weems at the 10. Eric Weems tripped up after a 30-yard return.
All right, let's go back and look at the Boss touchdown. I want you to watch Curtis Lofton right here. We're going to have man coverage by Stephen Nicholas and man coverage by Brent Grimes, but Curtis Lofton seems to be playing zone. Stephen goes in the flat, Brent turns and runs with a deep pattern, and it's kind of like Curtis Lofton gets to a spot drop and then freezes.
Yeah, you can't freeze. You have to get depth and keep going, because if you see somebody in front of you on a route, more than likely, especially when you see that bunch, you're going to have somebody behind you, and that's what Daryl's pointing out.
Boss came close to stepping out of bounds. Good job to stay in bounds. Now the touchdown reception. A pass from Ryan hit his former teammate at Boston College, Matthias Kiwanuka.
Pretty good athleticism there by Matthias Kiwanuka. Man-to-man coverage against Tony Gonzalez.
Kiwanuka asked about Matt Ryan this week. He said Matt came in as a freshman with a rocket arm and loads of confidence. He's the closest I've seen to an NFL player as a freshman.
He's yelling at his scout team offensive linemen when they're going against the starting defense for Boston College. He never wants to go half speed at anything.
Now 2nd and 10. Ryan complete to Roddy White. Gain of 7. Out to the 47-yard line.
You know, when we meet with these quarterbacks, Daryl, you back me up on this one, you could tell if the guy is going to be a leader. And when Matt Ryan, when we met him for the first time a bunch of weeks ago, when he came into the room, he demanded to be, you know, the authority in the room. And that just goes to show you what kind of kid he is. I mean, so young, and he's just a leader. He just bleeds leadership.
Ryan on 3rd and 3. Looked left, could not find anyone. Penalty marker as he stumbles, and that is met by Justin Tuck.
Now you're going to get defensive holding on Chase Blackburn, so it'll be first down for the Falcons. I like the decision making today by Matt Ryan right now. He had a couple of errant throws last week against Carolina.
Prior to the pass, holding defense number 57, 5-yard penalty, first down.
You got Chase Blackburn between a rock and a hard place. Matt Ryan scrambling out. He's got Verron Haynes in coverage. He doesn't know what to do. Rush the quarterback, stay in coverage, and when he got caught in that no man's land, he just reached back and grabbed the running back as he tried to separate.
Again, Chase Blackburn starting for the injured Antonio Pierce, who was diagnosed on Friday with a bulging disc in his neck. Pierce is stunned. He is out indefinitely on the sidelines, helping coach up his teammates this afternoon. The toss to Snelling. Corey Webster had the ankle on Snelling. A late flag.
Yeah, I don't think Tom Coughlin's happy with this. It might be a late hit out of bounds.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, defense number 96, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
All right, thanks, Kurt. Good start for the 8-1 Vikings today. First and 10 from the Giants' 28-yard line. Here's Snelling. Blackburn makes the tackle. Chase Blackburn, who started 9 games last season for the Giants. Gain of 2.
Well, they're trying to do a lot of stuff here. This is Michael Jenkins, a wide receiver lined up then. Roddy White's going to come around on the fake reverse. You're just going to hand it off inside to Jason Snelling.
A lot of things going on out there, but all they got to do is concentrate on Snelling, because you know he's going to get the ball.
Second down and 8. Ryan looking for Jenkins.
Good spot, though. Either Michael Jenkins going to get it or nobody's going to get it. And he threw this one with a guy right in his face. Danny Clark hits it right on time. Jason Snelling stands up, gets some protection, but either Michael Jenkins is going to get it or it's going to be incomplete.
4th down and 8. Ryan's pass is caught by Roddy White.
Roddy White at the end.
It will depend on the spot. Falcons signaling 1st down.
He did a great job of keeping his knees and body off the ground and going forward.
Matt Ryan again, pressure right in his face, hung in that pocket, got this ball thrown. But I want you to watch Roddy White at the end. Being a big physical receiver, able to, as you said, Tony, kind of get down and push that pile a little bit.
Just short. What do you do if you're Mike Smith?
Go for it. How about you, Darryl?
On the road I kick. At home I go for it.
I don't know, the way your defense is playing, I don't know. 4 minutes, Eli Manning, go for the 1st down and take a shot.
Falcons send in an extra blocker and Will Svitek. Ryan on the sneak. Mike Goose, you know Mike Smith very well, former coach of yours in Baltimore. NFL Coach of the Year last season. Elects to go for it on 4th down and is successful.
They got a nice push on that, Goose, up in the middle of that.
Yeah, his offensive line, he's got a good group up there, and you got to put a little bit of pressure on those guys. And it seems like they respond very well when Mike goes and has the calling for them to go and get a 1st down, especially when it's 4th and inches.
So a new set of downs for Atlanta. Here's Snelling. Snelling inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line, gain of 3.
Jason Snelling had 19 carries going into last week's game against Carolina. Gets 18 in that game, filling in for Michael Turner. 10 today. He's just one of those guys. You have to have people like that you can trust on your roster. If the opportunity comes, you know full well that they're going to go in and execute at a high level.
2nd down and 8. Not this time, says Aaron Rouse.
Yeah, but you got to give him an opportunity to run with the ball if you want him to execute at a high level.
Giants call timeout. Third down and 10 for the Falcons. Ryan getting rid of it quickly. He was under pressure, and the pass sails incomplete.
And Marty Booker's got to see that. You have to be aware at the snap of the football what's happening. The Giants brought 7. That means somebody's got to be hot. Now, obviously, Matt Ryan's coming out of there. He says it's on him. I don't know. It seemed like Marty Booker needed to get his head around quicker, in my opinion. Somebody had to be hot on that route. And the way Matt got it out, watch, you're going to have people free. Somebody has to come free when you can only block 7.
So Jason Elam from 35 yards out. And Elam, for the 6th time this season, misses a field goal attempt.
He missed a huge one last week against Carolina, an opportunity to give Atlanta the lead in the 4th quarter.
It looks like he takes a little stutter step, and he's not expecting the ball to come out when it does. You look at, he's looking down at the ball. Watch, he's going to have a false, like, you know, that little step just throws him off. You know, Lawrence Tynes, when he gives that hand out front, that's when the ball is snapped. I mean, Michael Conan. Michael Kanan and him got to be on the same page in order to go and get that rhythm down.
And keep in mind, it's only the 3rd game for the long snapper, Brian Pittman, who replaced the injured Mike Schneck. So the Giants take over following the miss by Elam. Jacobs out to the 28-yard line, a gain of 2.
I don't think it has anything to do right now with Brian Pittman. I think it's all Jason Elam and Michael Kanan. And we saw it last week when Jason Elam missed. He's right with his eyes on Michael Kanan. There's definitely something amiss there. As Tony showed you, that little stutter step, that throws off all your timing. It happened last week on a critical kick, and it happens again here in the first half.
So Elam, a 3-time Pro Bowl kicker, just 9 for 15 this season. Second down and 8. Manning to Boss. Ball comes loose, but it's ruled an incomplete pass. John Abraham on the coverage.
John Abraham, number 55, your rush end, but you're going to bring your pressure from the other side. There's a zone blitz right there. You drop him out, bring your pressure away from him. Athletic enough to be able to cover somebody in a check down area.
Third down and 8, 3 wide receivers for the Giants. They must get to the 36. Manning's pass is short, intended for Steve Smith.
I know that Eli Manning and Steve Smith have developed a lot of chemistry this season, but he had Hakeem Nicks at the top of the screen in a one-on-one situation. The safety was cheated over to Steve Smith. I thought Eli might go to the top. Hakeem's put up some big plays for him already this game.
Jeff Fiegel's punting for the first time today. Taken out to 25 by Weems. 8-yard return out to the 33. Minute 52 remaining, second quarter. Falcons trailing by 3. Matt Ryan 6 of 10, 51 yards. Jason Stelling with the Atlanta touchdown. First and 10 from the 33-yard line. Falcons have all 3 of their timeouts as Ryan pulls it in and is tackled by Kiwanuka after a gain of 2.
Pressure with those front 4 guys. A couple double teams. I think Matt Ryan gave up on a little too early on that one.
Second and 8, the slant to Ronnie Wright. Ball comes loose. And it's ruled an incomplete pass.
Back judge very emphatically. Take it back, boys. Roddy White never able to quite get control of that. Tony Gonzalez downfield hustling. If there's any question about this, this will go up to the booth.
Third down and 8. Gonzalez split to the left. Falcons must get to the 43. Ryan hit from behind. Ball comes loose. Giants recover. O.C. Umenyiora on the recovery for the Giants.
Goose are doing a great job getting pressure with 4. It's so hard to throw the ball when you can drop 7 people into coverage. I tell you, this Giant defensive front has been great this first half. Watch the 4 guys coming. They don't have to blitz any linebackers, secondary guys.
Great push by the 2 guys inside. Nowhere to go. You know, when you get that double team, you just got to keep going so those outside guys can come around the edge so the quarterback can't step up.
You got 2 edge rushers. You're worried about O.C. Umenyiora. You got your back going that way to chip. And Justin Tuck just keeps working and gets that big chop on Matt Ryan's arm.
He never stops, does he, Justin Tuck?
Tuck, the sack, forced fumble. Umenyiora, the recovery. Manning looking for Manningham. Chris Houston on the coverage. Second and 10 upcoming for the Giants. A minute 14 remaining, second quarter. Second and 10 from the Falcons 34. Manning throws, And the catch is made at the 23-yard line by Manningham for a Giants first down. Giants have 2 timeouts remaining. Manning bobbled the snap. Danny Ware down to the 11.
Nice job on that one, huh?
That's great composure by Eli Manning.
Seconds remaining in the half. 1st and 10 from the 11. Manning over the top to Smith. Down at the 4. Giants call timeout.
There's that bunch down at the bottom of your screen.
2nd down and 3. Manning backpedaling, throws, end zone incomplete.
This is when communication is really important. You see the 3 receivers, you don't know what direction they're going to go. Atlanta does a good job of picking up all the little routes that they're running in the end zone, and Eli has nowhere to go.
18 seconds remaining. 2nd quarter. 3rd and 3 from the Falcons' 4-yard line. Manning over the top, and the catch is made for a touchdown, 2nd today for Kevin Boss.
I think Kevin Boss can be a tough matchup down here in the red zone. Big, physical tight end, not afraid to lay himself out. He'll take any hit that any player in the NFL can dish out and just pop right up. He's one of those guys I'd like to see assume the role of maybe the emotional guy on the offensive side of the ball.
Times the extra point. First career 2-touchdown game for Kevin Boss.
There he is, number 89. Gets into the middle of the field. Thomas Deku just much too late getting there. And he's got to jump that as soon as he sees Kevin Boss release inside. He's got to react a little bit quicker.
So the Giants capitalize following the turnover, the sack, forced fumble. 85 points now for the Giants this season, Darryl, off turnovers. Only the Saints have scored more points off turnovers this season.
We hear a lot about turnover margin in the NFL and, you know, the plus-minus system, but really it's what you do when you get the turnover or how your defense responds when your offense has a turnover. And the New York Giants doing a tremendous job when their defense generates a turnover of turning that into points. You look at the end of the season and take a list, or look at the list of the teams who do the best job of turning turnovers into points, and you're going to see quite a few of your playoff teams.
Giants have been given a short field twice following a poor punt and a turnover, and they've capitalized both times. Eric Weems out to the 29-yard line.
The Atlanta Falcons not able to get into any type of rhythm today offensively. Less than 100 yards in this first half up into this point.
So the Giants, who have lost their last 4 games, will take a 10-point lead into the locker room at halftime. Giants looking to end their 4-game losing streak. Both teams 5-4. As the kickoff is taken at the 15-yard line by Stecker. Out to the 37. Falcons going to work from their own 37-yard line. Bryant off the fake to Snelling. Complete to the tight end Justin Peel. He carries 3 Giants with him as he picks up a first down and more all the way down to the Giants 40.
Well, Michael Johnson's going to go for the pick. Number 20 drifting back right there. Does a good job picking up Justin Peele right there. He breaks on the ball. Again, Matt Ryan, nice position to the back shoulder. Michael Johnson's going to try and cut that one off. Gets it on the back shoulder. Justin Peele's able to get that off that back shoulder, turn around, get some good positive yards.
23-yard pass play. From the Giants 40. Ryan to the air again. This time looking for Roddy White. Corey Webster on the coverage.
Yeah, Corey Webster looking for some offensive pass interference against Roddy White. Tom Coughlin agrees with Corey Webster on that one. But watch Corey Webster. He's going to get his head around. We've talked about at the point of the catch. You got to turn around. You've got to find the ball.
Also, he does a nice job with his body, using that sideline, trying to bump the guy outside, not giving him much room to work.
Second and 10, Snelling. Barry Cofield.
Wow, the
Loss of 3.
Giants bring the pressure right in the A-gaps on either side of the center. I don't think they knew who to take.
Well, you know what, Goose? This is why a lot of teams don't like the pressure, you know, in that run game, bringing the house. If Jason Snelling almost comes out, Barry Cofield shows some great strength in his hands of getting him wrapped up. Because it almost broke that initial wave where all those blitzers were coming from, mixed in with the defensive line.
Go down at 13. Falcons must get to the 30. Ryan to a wide open Michael Jenkins. And Jenkins has a first down at the Giants' 15-yard line, a 28-yard completion.
Well, that is surprising on a 3rd and 13 to see him that wide open. There goes number 12, Michael Jenkins. For some reason, Bruce Johnson got locked into the underneath route and didn't get back with his proper depth to cut off that route by Michael Jenkins.
First catch today for Jenkins. Here's Snelling. Inside the 10, the 5. And he's knocked out at the 2 by Terrell Thomas, gain of 13.
Well, somebody didn't hold the edge on that particular play for the defense. Looked like he just took the corner, Snelling, and there was nobody there. Somebody has to have outside leverage and force Snelling to cut back inside where all your help is. He's getting better and better, Darryl, the more he runs, this kid.
This Falcon offense just come out and made it look very easy on this opening drive. Justin Peele got him started with the big catch.
3 tight ends for the Falcons. First and goal from the 2. Off the play fake. Ryan to the end zone. Corey Webster the coverage. Pass intended for Gonzalez.
A lot of confidence by Matt Ryan in Tony Gonzalez. This is good coverage by Corey Webster. By position, that's exactly where Matt Ryan should have thrown the ball. If that DB is going to play you with that type of leverage, you got to be able to get it on the back.
Second and goal. White motions into the backfield. The handoff to Snelling.
Oh, right up the middle. Oh, they're calling him down before he gets into the end zone. I thought he was a yard into the end zone. Plus his knee must have hit the floor.
I thought he broke through too, Tony.
He was down, 3rd and goal.
I don't know, it was closer to the goal line, it looked like to me, when his body finally hit.
Again, 3 tight ends. Snelling. This time he is in. Second touchdown of the game, Jason Snelling.
What a nice drive by the Falcons to open this second half. Nothing really went well for them there in that first half. And they're less than 100 yards in total offense.
First career 2-touchdown game for Snelling. Falcons without Michael Turner, without Jarius Norwood once again. Snelling having a nice day. Welcome back. A reminder, the visiting team has won the last 12 games in this series. Last win by a home team, Giants, back in 1979 during Phil Simms' rookie season. They defeated the Falcons here, but the visiting team has won the last 12.
And the way the Falcons started this second half, they are trying to keep that streak alive. That was an impressive drive. Really had the Giant defense kind of off balance that whole time. Good play calling. And then again, I tell you, this Giant red zone defense, I mean, it just looks too easy when they get down there, Goose.
It really does.
Canaan's kickoff taken on the run by Hickson. Dominic Hickson out across the 25. Giants back to work with a 3-point lead. Manning on first down, going deep for Smith. And Steve Smith holds on. He makes the catch. At the Falcons' 23-yard line, of 52-yard pass play.
Guess who was covering him, Darryl? Chris Houston once again.
All right, one of the issues that's really plagued this defense, he's beat right now. I mean, he's beat very, very quick off the release by Steve Smith. It's talking to Carl Banks. I enjoy doing Giant games. I get a chance to talk to Carl Banks before the game. And one of the things we were discussing was the amount of shotgun used by teams nowadays. You can get big plays offensively by going under center. It brings the play action back into the game.
About Bradshaw. Bradshaw inside the 15, tackled at the 11 by Grimes after a gain of 12.
This Giant offense not going to be outdone by that Falcon offense. They came out and had a great drive to open the second half. The Giants are going to do one better here. Brian Van Gorder is he's got to be in such a tough position because so much relies on the ability of your corners on the outside. And as Tony pointed out, not just in the passing game, but also in the run game.
From the 11, it's Bradshaw. Tries to cut it back inside. And that is met by Lofton. No gain.
Nice play by Thomas Johnson, getting out there and forcing Ahmad Bradshaw back inside. Looked like he was going to be able to get on that corner and get to the edge. But Thomas Johnson kept fighting and made Ahmad Bradshaw go back inside.
Looks like the Giants are got a little quicker pace here on offense too, Darryl, which I think they play better when they get to the line of scrimmage faster and move a little bit better.
On 2nd and 10, off the play fake. Manning to the fullback, Madison Hedgecock. There's a flag as Hedgecock is brought down at the 5-yard line. It's against the Falcons.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 52, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
That's on Coy Wire.
Coy Wire getting a big handful of Darcy Johnson as he tries to release.
First and goal from the 7 following the penalty. Manning, end zone, Manningham, penalty flag. Chris Houston on the coverage.
And that's exactly what happens. We talked about it all game, about Chris Houston and the other defensive backs on this Atlanta Falcons team not getting their head back around. You can't just play the player, you have to play the ball, and this is what happens.
Interference, defense, number 23. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed on the 1-yard line. First and goal, New York.
Down here at the bottom of your screen, one-on-one. And as Tony pointed out, watch Chris Houston. He's got his head around there, but then he's just late getting it back around. We saw Corey Webster for the Giants on the opening drive play it perfectly. You're running stride for stride with the receiver. You've got a feeling of when that ball's coming in by his reaction. You've got to get your head back around and pick up the flight of the ball.
First and goal from the 1. Jacobs bottled up. Stephen Nicholas, first Falcon, in on the tackle of Brandon Jacobs.
They lost yards on that.
Good penetration by that Atlanta defense. Penetration will stop everything, Darryl.
Second and goal. Giants have William Beatty in as an extra blocker. Jacobs again, running right, touchdown.
Right, and they lost contain again, and you get the big guy out there on the edge against corner or safety support, and that is an absolute mismatch. So you're worried about that big power run inside, but you've got to do your responsibility and force Brandon Jacobs back inside to where all your teammates are.
Third touchdown of the season for Brandon Jacobs.
Assignment football, you've got to do your job. Croy Bierman goes inside. Eric Coleman has to come outside. Watch how slow he is in reacting, and actually goes inside a little bit. And then you're not going to tackle Brandon Jacobs like that. It's all about assignments, Goose.
That's it, man. Everybody has a responsibility, and you got to trust that the other guy is there to make the tackle. And seems like this Atlanta defense doesn't have trust in each other.
Eric Weems on the return. Tackled by C.C. Brown. A look inside the new stadium across the street. Just the final season here at Giant Stadium for both the Giants and the Jets. Ryan to Gonzalez for 9 yards on first down. Goose, you were over there this morning. What do you think of the new stadium?
I'll tell you what, it's beautiful. It's got 4 screens in each one of the corners. No, that's the first time I've seen that in any stadium. I think that's the only stadium that has that. But viewing for the fans is going to be awesome. And right behind each bench, there's actually a little bit of a walkway that goes underneath. And I don't know if they're going to have like a party under there or catering, but tell you what, it's going to be an awesome stadium to go and watch a game in.
Here's Snelling on 2nd and 1. Snelling picks up a first down out to the 37-yard line.
Nice job by Jason Snelling keeping that play alive. Not a whole lot there at the point of attack. Able to bounce that back to the right and get the first down.
Aaron Rouse limping off. There's Aaron Ross playing in his first game, number 31. Sat out the first 8 due to a hamstring injury. Key member of the Giants secondary. First and 10 from the 36-yard line. Ryan steps up, now throws incomplete. He was looking for Roddy White.
When you go against Tony Gonzalez, you better make sure you challenge him from the time the ball is snapped. Michael Boley gives him a shot. Chase Blackburn's working on him. They've got him really frustrated this afternoon. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he has to be frustrated. They've done a good job. Only 2 catches for 16 yards for Tony Gonzalez today.
Second and 10. Ryan to the outside, incomplete. Again looking for White. Corey Webster on the coverage. Giants lead 24-14. Falcons in danger of dropping to the 500 mark.
When those 2 incomplete passes, now you get into that situation that obviously favors this Giant defense. 3rd and 10, this crowd getting loud. 2 great rushers off the edge. Osi Umenyiora, Justin Tuck. Got to be offside.
Yeah. Great play for the Falcons. The pass is caught by Jenkins for an Atlanta first down.
Nice poise by Matt Ryan. He's got Michael Johnson coming at him full speed.
Offside, defense, penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
It's another reason you've got to vary your cadence. If you don't vary your cadence, that's what you're going to allow defensive players to do, to hit these blitzes in stride. Well executed by the Falcons on the outside.
As a defensive lineman, it's hard to get your timing down when the cadence completely changes all the time, like you said, Darryl. I know, and I can only wonder how hard it is for the defensive back to only hear it once in a while because of the crowd noise.
Empty backfield, 1st and 10 from midfield. Ryan to Jenkins again. That immediately by Terrell Thomas, gain of 5.
I think Terrell Thomas has had a nice season. You know, he jumped in for Aaron Ross. Kenny, you pointed out that his first opportunity to play coming out of that bye, Aaron Ross, but Terrell Thomas has done a nice job filling in for him.
Second season out of USC.
Yeah, you did.
Ryan on 2nd and 4, the toss to Snelling, with Tyson Claypool leading the way. Snelling picks up a 1st down inside the Giants' 40.
On that play, they run the toss to Jason Snelling, but everybody else does the same action that you would on the boot. Justin Peele is still going to come this way on the boot, and Matt Ryan's going to come out and around. They're going to challenge the Giants, and it's also kind of taking a look at it. Hey, when is it time for us to go back to our bootleg?
Empty backfield again on 1st down. Ryan's pass intended for White again.
No, Kenny?
All right, thanks, Kurt. Penalty marker on 2nd down.
Offside. Defense. Number 72. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Justin Tuck's very upset. I think he feels like either Todd McClure, the center, or Matt Ryan is doing something with the ball.
I think it's just that cadence that we talked about all game, Bruce.
Now 2nd and 5, here's Snelling. Terrell Thomas makes the tackle at the 30-yard line, stopped a yard shy of the marker.
It's been an effective weapon today because the Atlanta Falcons have been in 1st and 5, or let's say they have the incomplete, now it's 2nd and 10, being able to get into 2nd and 5 without running that play. Because you're not going to have a great afternoon offensively if you're in 3rd and long against this Giant defense. We've seen Osi Umenyiora and Justin Tuck probably playing their best game in quite some time as edge rushers together.
10th play of the drive for the Falcons. 3rd down and 1. Snelling. And Snelling has a 1st down inside the 29 to the 28-yard line. As Michael Boley talks some trash.
Harvey Dahl again, going a little bit past the whistle there, Darryl, as we know he does pretty much every play.
Just a smidge.
It's very close.
Falcons have had the edge here in the 2nd half. Giants lead the league in time of possession over the first 10 weeks. Around the 28. Ryan to the end zone for Roddy White. Too far.
And that's all because of Osi Umenyiora. It's not always about getting the sack, but he is playing his best game in quite some time. Maybe the guy who benefited more than anybody off the bye week, coming from the top, just gets Sam Baker going backwards, spins back inside. And what that does is when you have the opportunity for the big play down the field, it affects the throw, the timing of Matt Ryan, and you miss an opportunity for a touchdown.
Umenyiora missed all of last season following knee surgery.
He's starting to get that confidence back.
2nd and 10. Ryan rolling right under pressure. And the pass is broken up. It was intended for Marty Booker. Michael Johnson stepped in front of Booker, got a piece of it.
Tony, do you remember, I mean, in the last few games, seeing the edges by the Giants as good as they are today with Justin and Osi?
No, Osi's having, like you said it earlier, Darryl, he's having the best game we've seen so far, and I think the off week really helped him. But with his surgery that he had with the ACL, it takes a year and a half before you're anywhere near 100%. And I think that week off really got him over the edge, and now you're going to see Osi Umenyiora getting better and better week in and week out to the end of the season.
Ryan on 3rd and 10. He throws. There's a penalty marker. The pass was high. intended for Michael Jenkins, a flag at the 13-yard line.
I tell you what, Matt Ryan is doing the best job of this afternoon in this game is moving forward when he feels pressure.
Pass, holding, defense, number 25, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's on Bruce Johnson, so it gives the Falcons an automatic first down.
Oh, you got to be smart. It's 3rd and 10. You know, at least make them make the play, and that was a cheap one. You know, there wasn't a whole lot there, but there's enough for them to call it. You didn't need to do that. Don't allow the official to make that call, especially on a 3rd and 10.
So a first down from the Giants' 23. Snelling. Justin Tuck the tackle with help from Bowling. Gain of 3.
We've talked about O.C. and Justin on the outside, Tony, but right now Barry Cofield, Fred Robbins, Chris Canty, Rocky Bernard, those guys inside need to get a little bit of a push there because Matt Ryan is doing a real nice job today of when he has pressure of always moving toward the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that offensive line is doing a good job on those interior linemen of not just double team them, but getting them out of the way and then open up lanes for Matt to see downfield right now.
Tuck after that play, flexing the left shoulder, suffered the injury in Dallas back in week 2. 2nd down and 7. Snelling looks to turn the corner.
Whoa, there you go. Oh, I got to be smart. There's no doubt about that one.
Late hit, Aaron Rouse.
That's dumb. That's a dumb play.
It looks so obvious from here. Maybe it's tighter because of our perspective, but that didn't even look close.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, defense, number 26, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
It's a lot closer than it looked from up here.
Well, listen, we saw a flag earlier on the out of bounds that was iffy, but if they're going to go and protect, they're going to call it the same way. You got to know if you're near the sideline, you cannot go, and if a player's going out of bounds, don't touch him. Cut him off so he can't get any more yardage, but don't hit him out of bounds because the officials are going to throw that flag.
1st and goal from the 8. Here's Snelling.
I tell you, Chase Blackburn's done a nice job today filling in for Antonio Pierce. And Chase Blackburn is your weak side linebacker. Yeah, he backs up Michael Boley, gets some playing time on the weak side. When Michael's been out of the lineup, he's played that position. And he just jumps in to the middle linebacker spot this afternoon in place of Antonio Pierce and has done a heck of a job.
Yeah, great job today. Great job. That's not an easy position. That's the quarterback on defense. He's got to relay all the signals, the plays.
2nd and goal from the 7. Ryan moves to his right and then throws it away.
Again, here comes that pressure. Upfield and off the edge. Matt Ryan steps up inside. Just got to get, they got to get that other element to that. When you can bring it from the edges, the way the Giants are today, somebody's got to close down that middle and not allow Matt to step up.
3rd and goal from the Giants' 7. Ryan under pressure again, throws to the end zone. Jenkins cannot make the catch. Got his hands on it, but could not hold on.
That's a catch you have to make. He was wide open. The ball, I don't think he anticipated to be floating like it was. But you got to come down with that catch. See Jenkins right here. He's just sitting down. He's wide open. There's nobody even close to him.
I thought maybe Corey Webster might have hit him and impacted that catch, but he just flat out drops that one, Tony.
He's wide open, man.
Yeah, we had a collision on the far left side on the release between Michael Jenkins and Marty Booker. Corey Webster, he came across to make a play on the catch, and now he's down.
We'll set up at the left hash from 25 yards out.
Last time Jason Elam started before the ball got to the place kicker. They waited for it. That's good. This time it was a lot better.
So the Falcons back to within 7.
Let's go look at a missed opportunity for this Falcons offense. They get a breakdown in coverage. Watch Michael Johnson and Bruce Johnson right here. They're going to mess up this release. I don't think Michael Johnson should jump right there. He should have waited for the inside man, Michael Jenkins, to come to him. He jumps the outside part of that stack release, and Bruce Johnson really doesn't have an opportunity to get over the top of that to get coverage on Michael Jenkins. So the Falcons had a great opportunity with one of their receivers being turned loose. And even with the pressure on Matt Ryan up front and him having to bail and kind of sail that ball into the end zone, Michael Jenkins has to make that catch.
So the Giants defense holds the Falcons to a field goal in the red zone. An 18-play drive. Falcons come away with only 3.
Well, the Giants helped out that Falcon offense. They had the defensive holding penalty on 3rd and 10. They gave them a little bit more yardage on the late hit out of bounds, but it was close. It was close, but as Tony said, you saw a close call on the holding. You know, during the course of the game, you've got to get a feel for how the officials are calling it. If they're calling it close, you've got to play close to the vest.
Cannon's kickoff taken out by Dominic Hickson. Hickson upended by Grimes at the 21-yard line. Giants start from their own 21-yard line, leading by 7. Brandon Jacobs. Jacobs out to the 25. Thomas Deku made the tackle.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Brandon Jacobs has really had an issue with during the course of his career. He's so big that guys are going to come up. They're going to go down around his legs. So they're down around his knees. They're down around his thighs. You can see right there on that tackle, looks like maybe the right knee right there.
Looks like it hyperextended a little bit.
Boy, he really shook his thigh too.
When you talk about injuries, short week, Darryl, for the Giants, they will play on Thanksgiving night in Denver.
And they have to travel out to Denver, which is very, very tough. In Dallas, we played on Thanksgiving Day as a tradition, and obviously we're always the home team, and I always wondered how difficult it was for that visiting team, because I always felt we got an extra day of preparation on Wednesday going into that game because they had to travel. They might be able to do something at their facility before they left, but I really felt that we were able to get a really good kind of polished practice in on Wednesday afternoon in preparation for that Thursday game. So not having to travel, I always felt was a huge advantage for us. This is going to be tough for the Giants. They play today. Atlanta's a pretty physical team. They're going to be banged up after this, and then they've got to get right on a plane on Wednesday to head out to Denver for another physical game.
You lose a preparation day and you lose a rest day, which is even more important.
Yeah, tomorrow is a completely different Monday schedule when you're playing Thursday. I mean, you usually just do a little bit of flush workouts, some striders out on the field, watch some film. You've got to get out there, you know, with your helmet on and start to get ready for the upcoming opponent.
Ahmad Bradshaw in for the injured Brandon Jacobs. 2 tight ends, 2nd down and 5. Manning on 2nd down, and the catch is made out at the 37-yard line for a first down by Hakeem Nicks, a gain of 11.
And there's the dilemma, Tony. That's what happens with Atlanta. If you're going to bring pressure, then you got to lock down man-to-man. And they're up at the top of the screen. Hakeem Nicks working against Brent Grimes. Pretty good coverage by Brent, but the ball's put in the exact right spot by Eli.
You know, you talked about it earlier, too, about the shotgun. And with Eli Manning, with him back there in the shotgun, being able to go and have his eyes on the receiver for that extra second instead of dropping back on a 7-step drop, Darryl, gives him so much more time to anticipate what the receiver's going to do and put it in the right spot for the receiver to catch the ball.
Goose, now the left tackle, David Deal, is shaken up as the Giants training staff continues to work on Jacob.
Combined touchdown passes, and they're still in the 3rd.
Well, good for both Matthew Stafford and Brady Quinn. Brady Quinn especially has had a tough start to his professional career over the years.
A look at David Deal taking the shoe off following the last play. Replaced the left tackle by William Beatty, the rookie out of UConn. Manning complete to Madison Hedgecock. And the fullback, Darrell, able to stay on his feet out to the 43-yard line, a gain of 6.
And most people want to get to the outside and have their big plays on the outside. Fullback's always going back into the middle of the field where all the action is.
Saw Brandon Jacobs there on the sideline trying to go and see if his knee can take the cuts that he needs to make to be effective. Shaking his head to the trainer there, saying, I don't know yet. We'll keep an eye on that on the sideline.
Somebody's got to get these guys to switch bikes. I mean, Brandon Jacobs needs to be on the other side, and Terrell Thomas needs to get on that other one. That just looks uncomfortable watching Brandon Jacobs trying. It's like he's on a tricycle.
Yeah, that's like trying to steal your younger brother's bike there and trying to take off on it.
Raise the seat, Brandon. 2nd and 4 for the 43-yard line as we begin the 4th quarter. Ahmad Bradshaw out to the 46, about a yard shy of the marker. We are told David Deal is all right. He's back in the game. He lost his shoe. That happened to him earlier this season. He missed a play. And David Deal now back in the game at left tackle for the Giants.
He's all spatted up now, so he won't lose that shoe again, it looks like, Kenny. Take care of that problem.
David Deal has started every game of his 7-year NFL career. 3rd down and 1. Manning on 3rd down. And Mario Manningham makes the catch at the Falcons' 27 for a Giants first down. A 27-yard pass play.
Well, I tell you, he has made some throws today.
Couldn't have been in a more perfect spot right here.
Again, Tony, I mean,
now I'm getting the head around, right, Darrell?
Thomas Deku, I mean, you see his head is going around as Mario Manningham is making the catch. They'll get better with that. I mean, I compliment him on the fact that they're in good position. That's harder to teach. Now they just got to get the subtleties of playing in those positions of being in man-to-man coverage and finding that ball coming in.
From the 27-yard line on 1st down, Manning's pass is broken up. Houston got a piece of it. Eli Manning has thrown for 298 yards today. He has never thrown for 300 yards in a home game. All 8 of his 300-yard games in the NFL have come on the road.
That's surprising.
Wow.
298 is his high here at Giant Stadium in 41 career home games.
Well, the wind is really light around here too. Maybe that's one of the reasons why it's not blowing hard at all.
From the 27 on 2nd down, Bradshaw down to the 21.
Nice job by Ahmad Bradshaw getting that other arm on the ball to make sure it can't get pulled away right near the end of that run.
He really does a good job of when he's going to go and face contact and getting his legs loaded and explodes through contact and gets that extra couple yards. He's a good, tough back.
Bradshaw out, Danny Ware in. 3rd down and 4. Manning on 3rd down, he throws, and Kevin Boss, who has 2 touchdowns today, makes the catch. Inside the Falcons 5, down to the 3-yard line, 18 yards, and Eli Manning is up over 300.
Mike Peterson has good coverage on that. Punches through the pocket when Kevin Boss catches the ball. Kevin just does a great job of staying with it and getting the ball inside. That's just a nice catch, bringing the ball in and securing the ball by Kevin Boss. Got some jump to him too, Darrell. Get up there and get it.
He's tough in the red zone. We've seen it already today.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Manning, touchdown. Madison Hedgecock.
Darrell's loving that right now. Fullback scoring on a pass play. Big play for a fullback.
He's had a couple nice catches out in the field today. You got to give him one down in the red zone, right?
Yeah, he's got to get it. I'm sure there's somebody out there in fantasy football that has Madison Hedgecock.
Bruce, believe it or not, it is not his first career touchdown. It's his 2nd.
Nice.
In 5 NFL seasons, times the extra point. New York Giants with a 31-17 lead over the Atlanta Falcons. A 9-play, 79-yard drive. Eli Manning, first career 300-yard day at home. Giants averaged only 16 points per game during their 4-game losing streak. 31 so far today. Weems from the 5. Weems out to the 35-yard line.
And also Phillip Rivers, but couldn't pull those games out.
Oh, Justin Tuck. The big man almost got an interception.
Or speaking of quarterbacks, Matt Ryan has already thrown 12 this season, one more than all of last season, and that one nearly number 13.
That's a whole lot of athleticism right there.
I don't know, looked like he jumped a little too soon. A little hop.
Yeah, he didn't need to hop. He just keep running.
Michael Strahan better have a better motivational speech for next week with Justin Tuck.
By the way, happy birthday to Michael Strahan. Celebrated a birthday yesterday. We saw Michael out of practice on Friday.
Happy 40th, Mike.
Second and 10, Ryan looking for White Webster on the coverage. Michael, we know it's 40 minus 2.
Again, another good play on the ball by the Giant defense. The one big disparity we've seen between the secondary of the Giants, the secondary of the Atlanta Falcons as this game is worn on, is how they play at the point where the catch is going to be made.
Third down and 10. Ryan is 0 for his last 7. Make it 1 for 8 as Jenkins makes the catch and picks up a first down in Giants territory. 21-yard pass play.
Matt Ryan rifled that ball downfield. And Michael Jenkins.
Giants a little bit confused before that snap. Weren't really set. They were trying to bring the pressure, but because they couldn't get lined up, Matt had the time.
Empty backfield from the Giants 44. Ryan gets rid of it quickly. Jenkins makes the catch, but he's wrapped up immediately. Loss of 3 yards on the play.
Little quick screen here. Jenkins comes in looking for the 2 blocks, but just doesn't quite get it there.
Michael Boley was right there to make the tackle. Second down and 13. Off the play action. Ryan off his back foot. Complete to the tight end Peel. And again it's Boley using his speed to track down the tight end Justin Peel.
You talk about speed. Also, O.C. Umenyiora is able to impact the release of Justin Peel and then still be able to get the pressure on Matt Ryan. And O.C.'s the one who forces Matt to get into that backpedal mode, and he's done such a good job this afternoon of being able to move forward under pressure, but O.C. Umenyiora wasn't going to let it happen on that one.
Third down and 12. Falcons must get to the 34. And they are close. Tony Gonzalez inside the 35-yard line, only his 3rd catch today. Close to a first down, looks to be just short. And Mike Smith will leave his offense on the field on 4th and 1.
Well, that defense has got to be worried about or having in the back of their head that hard count that Matt Ryan has.
Snelling on 4th down, and he picks up the first. Jason Snelling needed 1, gains 5, down to the Giants 30.
The Giants really loaded it up on the inside as this play goes to the edge. Yeah, that's what he's holding on. No.
Tom Coughlin told us Friday we are 1 win away from feeling good about ourselves, and Giants less than 9 minutes away, leading by 14. Ryan on first down to the outside for Jenkins. Michael Jenkins gains 9, tackled by Bruce Johnson at the Giants 22.
Well, for both of these teams, the Giants have lost 4 in a row. The Falcons have lost 3 out of 4. That's a lot of hard work week after week with not a lot of reinforcement of having success on Sundays. So both of these teams, that's why this has been such a great game this afternoon. Both at 5 and 4, kind of jockeying for that playoff position down the stretch.
Giants started 5-0. Falcons started the season 4-1.
2nd and 1. Looks like they're bringing the pressure to Giants.
And the Falcons keep it on the ground with Snelling, but he's tackled from behind by Chase Blackburn. Loss of 2 yards on the play.
Oh, Tyson Clabo and Harvey Dahl on the other side of this play. Jason Snelling trying to get through, but I tell you what, Goose, they are fun to watch. They never stop. Both of them have been thrown to the ground on this drive, and they stand up like, I can't believe you're not going to throw a flag on that. The guy's like roughing me up.
They keep going, keep going. It's tough getting a little bit of your own medicine once in a while.
3rd down and 3. Ryan rolling right. He throws and finds his man for a first down. Tony Gonzalez, what a job to stay in bounds.
Wow.
Gain of 18 on the play. Down to the Giants 6.
This is a great job by Tony Gonzalez. He very easily could have just gotten out of bounds right here for a pretty nice game. Watch him work that sideline. I mean, he gets an additional 8 to 10 yards.
Tony Gonzalez, 13 years in the league, has never beaten the Giants. 0-3 with the Kansas City Chiefs against the Giants. 1st and goal from the 6. Here's Snelling. Snelling works his way down to the 3-yard line. 6.5 remaining, 4th quarter. Falcons trailing by 2 touchdowns. Antonio Pierce wishes he could participate.
Oh, he's just so disappointed that he can't be out there with his guys right now.
It's called chomping at the bit, Darryl. Gonna have a lot of energy after this game.
2nd and goal. Ryan, end zone, touchdown, Eric Weems.
That is one impressive response by that Falcon offense. Eric Weems, the back guy in that bunch on the outside, makes it look pretty easy. Just a quick little flat route. Bruce Johnson a little bit soft, getting up there trying to read all those releases coming out of that bunch route.
Remember a couple of minutes ago I told you Ryan was 0 for his last 7. Since then, 7 for 7. The extra point is good. Just over 6 minutes remaining here at the Meadowlands. The Falcons, 12th place, 65-yard drive. Cut the Giants' lead down to 7. Canaan's kickoff taken at the 5 by Hickson. Penalty marker. Hickson finally brought down by Brent Grimes after a 38-yard return.
Yeah, this one's coming back. Big hold on the New York Giants. Right out in the open field. You can see it from everywhere.
During the return, holding. Number 71 of the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down, New York Giants. Timeout.
Giants lead 31-24. Worst starting field position of the day for the Giants from their own 14-yard line. Ahmad Bradshaw in the backfield. Giants lost Brandon Jacobs to a leg injury earlier in this half. Bradshaw. Gain of just 1. Mike Peterson the tackle.
Well, during the midst of this 4-game losing streak, twice the Giants had opportunities to win games like this one today, and were unable to do it against Arizona and against San Diego. And Eli Manning said that was probably the most disappointing thing. You know, the other 2 games when you talked about him, got away from them kind of quickly. So those were the two that disappointed him the most. He's right back in a position again today to win one of those types of games.
Tom Coughlin told us we should have won both games against the Cardinals and the Chargers. 2nd down and 9. Manning to a wide open Kevin Boss. Deku brings him down at the 41-yard line, a 26-yard completion.
Well, they're really struggling in some of their coverage concepts. I mean, Kevin Boss should not be able to get this open.
He's the biggest guy in the secondary. How don't you see him? That's a big man right there. He's having a heck of a game today.
Career high 76 yards receiving for Boss. Touchdowns on his first 2 catches today. From the 41-yard line on 1st down. Manning, the Boss again. Stephen Nicholas, the tackle, short game. All right, thanks, Kurt. Chiefs 2-7. Steelers coming off a loss to Cincinnati last week.
That's a different team without Troy Polamalu back there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Wow.
On 2nd down, Bradshaw tries to cut inside, but runs right into the arms of Chauncey Davis. And a timeout is called by the Falcons, stopping the clock with 3:54 remaining.
We'll see what Kevin Gilbride does here on this 3rd and 10 situation. A lot of talk here in the New York area about the play calling last week at the end of that Charger game being a little bit conservative. You wonder if they're kind of heading that way right now with this 3rd and long situation. Do you want to keep the clock running, try and get something on a screen or draw, or do you really take the opportunity to throw the ball down the field, trying to convert that 1st down with the potential of having that clock stop again on an incomplete?
What do you think, Goose? Run or pass?
I think, you know, they've been capitalizing on the pass all day, that they're going to go and put it in Eli's hands to throw the ball downfield. But this is a huge play for Atlanta. If they're going to do anything or have an opportunity to stay in this game, they're going to have to go and stop him right here.
Well, I think they got to pull out right now. Eli just checked out. He saw the blitz. All the big plays have come against this blitz.
Manning gets rid of it quickly off the hands of Manningham. Brent Grimes on the coverage. Giants forced to punt.
Well, they got the best of both worlds, the Atlanta Falcons did. I mean, they got the incomplete pass right there. The Giants trying to hit something quick, couldn't execute it. Pressure in the middle. They're trying to get it to the outside, right to Mario Manningham. He can't get a hold of it. That clock stops.
Giants, Darrell, had scored touchdowns on their last 3 possessions. In fact, we have seen scores on every second-half possession for both teams until this punt by Fiegels. Fair catch called for by Weems at the 25.
We talked about both these teams coming in at 5-4. That was a big loss for Carolina. Kind of takes them out of that mix.
Panthers beat the Falcons last week. Atlanta with 2 timeouts remaining. Go to work from their own 24-yard line. Ryan able to get rid of it to Snelling. Ryan's 8th consecutive completion, a gain of 3. Boley made the tackle.
Yeah, but I don't like that throw at all.
Wow, that was a floater, man. That
right into the middle of the field, Goose.
Picked off.
Woo. Sometimes you just got to take that sack.
You got away with one on that one.
2nd down and 7. 3 wide receivers set. From the 27-yard line. Ryan dumps it off to Snelling. And Snelling is out to the 34-yard line. Close to a 1st down.
All right, Jason Snelling, as he releases, is chipping OCU Manora, but he's getting too big of a piece of him. Watch him as he hits him. He's knocking him back inside off of Sam Baker. That's 2 in a row. Just hug your tackle, and if he's showing color, take a little piece of it, but don't hit him so hard that you knock him off your tackle.
Snelling did pick up the 1st. From the 34. Ryan with time, complete to Tony Gonzalez. Gonzalez to the 40, gain of 6.
Tony Gonzalez does a great job of coming back to the ball that Matt Ryan throws to get a completion on that play. Watch him right here. He goes. He comes out. It looks like he runs a short route coming back, knowing that if anybody's following him, he'll have a better opportunity to come back to the ball and make that reception.
Ryan on 2nd and 3 throws it away. Giants hoping to end their 4-game losing streak, lead the Falcons by 7. Just under 2 minutes remaining. Falcons facing a 3rd down and 4. There is Atlanta owner Arthur Blank. Antonio Pierce on the other side. Ryan on 3rd down. He throws, and it's complete to Roddy White. Wrestled out of bounds by Aaron Ross. A Falcons 1st down, a 22-yard pass play.
Oh, nice call by Mike Mularkey, offensive coordinator for the Falcons. Moving the pocket a little bit. Expecting some pressure from the Giants in that situation. Changed the launch point for Matt Ryan. They get a big completion. So now, a group that had the game slip through their fingers last week. The Giant defense was on the field when San Diego scored late. They're in that same situation again, trying to close the Falcons out.
1st and 10 from the Giants' 38. Ryan with time, and it hits the back of Terrell Thomas. Pass intended for Marty Booker.
They've played well all afternoon. Justin Tuck and Osi Umenyiora, but one of them has to step up right now and make a play here. Eerily similar to what happened to him last week against San Diego right now.
On 2nd down, Ryan throws, and the catch is made by Tony Gonzalez for a 1st down at the Giants' 24.
I'll tell you what, Matt Ryan is staying in that pocket, being nice and composed, relaxed. He's not forcing any throws right now. He seems very comfortable back there, and that offensive line is doing a great job of giving him the protection that he needs.
Yeah, Justin Tuck just limped off the field, but they weren't able to get somebody else on in his place, so the Giants had to call a timeout.
We saw Tuck flexing his left shoulder earlier. Now concerned about his left knee. 11-5 last season under 1st-year head coach Mike Smith. 5-4 so far this season. Trail this game by 7. First and 10 from the Giants' 24. Ryan to the outside. Roddy White was out of bounds.
A little bit too far out in front for Roddy White to be able to make the catch and then get his feet down.
Second and 10. Ryan throws, and the catch is made by Marty Booker. Takes it down to the 17-yard line, gain of 7. One minute remaining, 4th quarter. We welcome those of you who have been watching the Vikings and the Seahawks. Matt Ryan complete to Tony Gonzalez for a Falcons 1st down at the Giants' 10-yard line. Atlanta calls their 2nd timeout with 39 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. They trail the Giants by 7. Eli Manning, first career 300-yard game at home. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes. Brandon Jacobs injured in the 4th quarter. Giants without Antonio Pierce. Michael Turner, high ankle sprain, not in uniform for the Falcons. And with 39 seconds remaining, Giants lead by 7. There's Antonio Pierce on the sidelines. 1st and 10 for the Falcons from the Giants' 11. Empty backfield for Atlanta. Ryan over the top. Gonzalez bobbles it and then drops it.
Got lucky there. Tony Gonzalez coming off, almost makes a great catch. Look at the one hand go up, but now the chance for that ball to bounce around, be intercepted.
That's the second time we saw Matt Ryan throw it into the middle there, a little bit high. Tony Gonzalez likes his ball high so he can go up and get it, but if that ball gets tipped, that's a turnover. That's something you don't want at this point in the game.
Falcons spread the field on second down. Ryan, end zone, and Gonzalez makes the catch for a Falcons touchdown. What a catch by the future Hall of Famer.
That was a Hall of Fame catch right there. Wow. What a great job by Tony Gonzalez concentrating on the ball. Right over the middle, Matt Ryan zips this nice and high. He goes up and gets it, comes down. The ball goes up a little bit and stays with it. Touchdown, Atlanta Falcons.
Jason Elam, the extra point. We are tied at 31.
This is really surprising to me to see this happen two games in a row for the New York Giants. 2 weeks ago it's against San Diego, very similar situation, a 6-point lead. Their defense takes the field, and Phillip Rivers is able to take San Diego all the way down to win that game 21-20. Today, Matt Ryan is able to drive with the game on the line to get down and tie it up. Well, that giant pass rush, which at times has really given Atlanta some issues, especially Justin Tuck and Osi Umenyiora coming off the outside. Not there on that last drive. Justin Tuck did go out halfway through that drive.
Falcons with 2 touchdowns the last 5.5 minutes as they have come back from a 14-point deficit to tie this game. Dominic Hickson on the return for the Giants out to the 27.
Goose, you got any feel for the wind down there? Does it help the Giants going in this direction?
It's not blowing either way down here on the field, Darryl. You know, the Giants got 2 timeouts left. Eli Manning at quarterback. I mean, anything can happen here.
You figure they got to get down to about the 33-34 for a legitimate shot.
And the wind is not going to be a factor. Let me just put it that way.
They've got to get about 40 yards here in 24 seconds.
From the 27-yard line. Manning steps up. He throws and it's broken up by Houston. Terrific play. Manningham, the intended receiver.
Great play. We've seen that one go in during the course of this game for big plays. There's Chris Houston being able to drop back, find the ball, and for one of the few times today we've seen a nice play at the point of the catch by the Falcons defense.
That's the way to play the ball. Don't play the receiver, play the ball.
2nd and 10, 19 seconds remaining. Giants have 2 timeouts. Manning on 2nd down. Pass is high. Intended for Bradshaw. And a diving attempt at an interception by Brent Grimes, who had one earlier.
Well, Eli Manning had plenty of time to go and make that throw. Just elevate a little bit like we're seeing previously. I don't know, Darryl.
Well, not much was going to happen on that one. I really think Ahmad Bradshaw was going to get tackled inbounds and the clock just running. So that may have been best if that was incomplete.
Now 13 seconds on the clock. 3rd down and 10. Inside handoff to Bradshaw. Bradshaw slammed down at the 33-yard line by Abraham.
And here's one of the reasons why you always keep your timeouts at the end of the game. I mean, you don't let a team let the clock run out like that. Atlanta's able to call this, force them to punt the ball in this situation.
So the Falcons use their final timeout. 7 seconds remaining in regulation.
So they've got Eric Weems going back to field the punt. Bring him up and overload the front where the protection is. Who cares if the ball rolls dead at the 1-yard line right now? Bring him up and get him loaded up in this box and create an overload.
Instead, it's Weems on the run from the 25. And He's brought down at the 42. Time runs out.
I don't know what the percentages are greater, the chance that you're going to run the kick back for a touchdown or the fact that you're going to block the kick for the touchdown. But I would have rather have seen Eric Weems up in the box, or maybe take somebody else, put one of your pass rush guys on the wing, get them inside. You should have a specific scenario for that situation where late in the game, where you're desperate and you need a punt block to either win a game or to tie a game, you have that one factored in.
Gentlemen, the rules of overtime are as follows. The first team that scores wins. Fourth quarter timing will be in effect. Each team will have 2 team timeouts. Any reviews of any plays will come from the booth upstairs. Visiting captain, would you call the toss, please? The call is tails. Oh. It is ahead. Eric is one. Which way would you like the kick?
Giants and Falcons tied at 31. Giants, Darrell, have won their last 5 overtime games, including 2 last season. Falcons won their last overtime game last December against Tampa Bay.
What's our crazy stat for this game? The visiting team has won the last 12.
That's crazy, that stat right there.
Falcons have won their last 5 here. Giants have won their last 7 in Atlanta. 12 in a row by the visiting team, an all-time NFL record. Overtime is underway as Kanan kicks off. 1 yard deep in the end zone, Dominic Hickson. Hickson across the 25, and Kanan, the kicker, got a piece of Dominic Hickson. Good field position for the Giants.
Atlanta's secondary has been struggling all day today.
Manning has passed for 345 yards today. First and 10 from the 33-yard line. Bob Bradshaw up the middle, gains 5 out to the 38. We welcome those of you who've been watching the Cowboys and the Redskins. Just underway in overtime here at the Meadowlands. Kenny Albert, Darrell Johnston, Tony Siragusa. Eli Manning's first career 300-yard game at home. Brandon Jacobs a touchdown earlier, but he is out with a leg injury. Giants led 31-17. Falcons with 2 late touchdowns to send this game into overtime as Bradshaw runs into the arms of Mike Peterson. Third down coming up for the Giants.
We got your answer right there, Tony. They did bring pressure to the offensive right side. 2 people coming in for the Falcons.
It's been helping them against the run and the pass. And, I know you have those corners out on a little bit of a limb, playing man-to-man on the outside sometimes with the pressure, but you got to take chances.
Manning from the shotgun, 3rd down and 2. And the pass is caught for a first down by Hakeem Nicks. Nicks out to the 48-yard line, finally tackled by Lofton. After a gain of 7, Giants move the chains.
Just a great design on this play. Hakeem Nicks on the outside, going to come up and then get right inside. Going to be really tough for Chris Houston. Beats him right away again on the release into the pattern. Gets that separation right away.
From the 48-yard line on first down. Manning to Manningham. Mario Manningham having a terrific game. 28-yard pass play down to the Falcons 23.
Back shoulder throw by Eli Manning. Again, we've seen it time and time again in this game where the corners for the Atlanta Falcons are in position to make a play, but they have trouble when the ball gets there. They are not playing well at the point of the catch.
Manningham, 6 receptions, 125 yards. 3 wide receivers, Smith in the slot on first down. Manning looking for Nicks. Houston on the coverage.
Be smart right now. You put yourself in a position for your kicker to have an opportunity to win this game. That was a big throw across the field. Don't do anything that could result in a turnover right now.
If the Giants don't gain any more yards, this would be about a 41-yard attempt for Lawrence Tynes. Career high 381 for Eli Manning. Second and 10 from the 23. The toss to Ahmad Bradshaw. Bradshaw tackled just shy of the 20-yard line. Tom Coughlin wanted a face mask.
That wasn't a face mask. Actually grabbed his shoulder and pulled him back. I think Coach Coughlin had a bad angle on this. He grabs his shoulder pad and pulls the shoulder pad. You see how he has a jersey? He does not have the face mask. That is not a face mask on Bradshaw. Good call by the officials.
They're down at 8 from the Falcons 21. Manning quickly out to
Get that
Nix.
ball away. Man, be smart right now.
And he had it out there.
Holy cow.
And now the Giants will send out the field goal unit.
Watch where this ball is, though, as he goes inside. Right now, it comes completely off the body. Be smart. Give your kicker the opportunity to win the game for you right now.
Lawrence Tynes, 1 of 2 today, his only overtime field goal in Green Bay, NFC Championship game. Connected on the game winner with no time left in Dallas earlier this season in regulation. A 36-yard attempt. Timeout is called by Falcons head coach Mike Smith. And this is for the win from 36 yards out. Fiegels, the holder. From the right hash, the kick by Tynes is up, and it is good.
That's a good win by the Giants right there. They put a lot of pressure on themselves 2 weeks ago in that San Diego game. It was called a must-win. Our Super Bowl right now, they knew they were in a tough spot. They lost that game. They came out here today and blew a 14-point lead late in this game. That's a lot of resiliency right there by Tom Coughlin and his team to get this victory.
So the Giants' 4-game losing streak comes to an end.